This is 5 Minutes of Political Common Sense for America. I'm Brian Boeheim, the political engineer. In this segment, I want to talk about presidential SOP. The acronym SOP is probably very familiar to our military listeners. But for those of you who aren't familiar, it stands for Standard Operating Procedure. Why is SOP so important? Because it means that there are certain things you can count on. There are rules, guidelines, and procedures that you can trust will be followed in the case of an emergency. This is not just important, it's critical. When you have solid SOPs, you can count on action being taken in the face of tragedy, disasters, and chaos. The problem we have today is that our commander-in-chief lacks the courage, integrity, and honor needed to fulfill his duties, and he ignores all semblance of standard operating procedures. Not only do we need a president that understands SOPs, but I think we should use the acronym SOP to also embody the goals of our next president. SOP can also stand for Security, Opportunity, and Prosperity. Let's talk about security for a minute. We need a president that focuses on providing the citizens of the United States a level of security that will allow them to live their life without fear. This means that our borders must be protected and sealed from the invasion of not only illegal immigrants and terrorists, but also drugs, arms, and human traffickers. It's time we draw the line in the sand. It's time to protect both our borders and our citizens. And security doesn't stop with the borders. It's time that Americans once again feel secure with their economy and their dollar. We need to provide our citizens the security that there are jobs out there and they will be able to provide for their family. This can only happen if our new president focuses on creating private industry jobs. The creation of real jobs will organically fill the state and local tax coffers and reduce our overall debt. This in turn will reinstate the feeling of security that there is a promising future for our children and our grandchildren. Opportunity. The promise of opportunity must start with education. More than dollars must be invested in order to revolutionize our education system. 30% dropout rates are unacceptable. A poorly trained and uneducated workforce is unacceptable. Until we fix this problem, we will continue to fall out of favor with global entrepreneurs and investors. We must also invest in deregulating small business. They are currently swamped with red tape, and this must end. It's got to stop. At the same time, we must help large businesses repatriate over $2.5 trillion that sits offshore in profits each year. That money can be reinvested in R&D and growth right here in the United States. When Washington talks about a stimulus package, what would be greater than $2.5 trillion in repatriated profits and another $3 trillion in money sitting on the sidelines here in the United States? We need to make that money available and ready to be put to work. But that won't happen without confidence in our White House. Prosperity. Lastly, it is imperative that we provide the opportunity for prosperity. The thing that makes the U.S. different is the opportunity for each individual, no matter what their social class, to climb the economic ladder. Our new leader must focus on making this possible again. We need to make the U.S. the #1 business center and the #1 technology center. Our new president must provide consistency and bring us back to a time of self-reliance, not social and government reliance. It's time for real courage and integrity in the White House, and the time is now. You've been listening to 5 Minutes of Political Common Sense for America. I'm Brian Boeheim, the political engineer. And if you like what you've heard here, then go and pick up a copy of my book, Political Common Sense for America. You can find it at Amazon.com. Also, check out our website, pcsfa.com. Till next time, be safe out there.